Now let's talk some retirement planning, and that is very important in Nigeria because the government has no plan for you after you retire, which is one of the main reasons why there is so much corruption. People are thinking about tomorrow. When I stop working, what's going to happen to me? How am I going to feed? How am I going to live until the good Lord decides to call me home? So you'd best just pay attention and listen to how to plan for your life after you stop working. Now, Meristem Wealth Management Limited. It was incorporated in August 2008 and it was registered as a fund and portfolio manager with the Securities and Exchange Commission. The company metamorphosed from the Asset Management and Business Advisory Unit of Meristem Securities Limited into a fully fledged wealth management company. The company's assets under management has grown consistently over the years and is currently in excess of 188 billion naira, and that is as of December 2017. We have two reps of the company with us this morning. It's my pleasure to welcome Taiwo Yusuf, who is Head Portfolio Management.
Good morning. Thank you so much.
And Damlola Hassan, who's Head Wealth Management.
Thank you for having us here.
Thank you very much for coming. Now, let me begin with you, Damlola. What is retirement planning and how does it work?
Okay, so it's simply drawing a picture of your life post-retirement. How exactly do you want your life to be post-retirement? So putting pen to paper to say, I envisage this for myself. This is my standard of living now. I want to maintain that standard of living when I'm retired. I want to be sure that I don't run out of funds to take care of myself. I want to be sure that I'm in good health. So it's simply just putting pen to paper, evaluating your current circumstance now and what you need to put in place just to prepare yourself for retirement. Because really, sometimes you have the privilege of knowing when exactly retirement will come. And sometimes you don't have that privilege. Something can force you into retirement earlier than you've planned. So the earlier you begin to plan for it, the better you're prepared, you know, when it eventually comes.
Sometimes you get fired.
If I could,
Sorry?
if I could add
Yeah,
to that.
sure.
Retirement planning is about goal setting. For every individual, there is a point in time that you must retire. And you must be able to decide in your active years, how do you want to retire? You need to set those goals and then put plan into action to be able to achieve those set goals. And most importantly, retirement planning is about attaining financial independence while in retirement.
Okay. So can I come to you to help me plan my retirement?
Exactly. Meristem is...
Oh, I plan it and then I bring it to you now. This is what I want to achieve. So let's work it out together. How am I going to achieve it?
Okay, so we make it simple enough. As an individual, if you're working with an employer who has under the Pension Reform Act has opened an RSA account for you, you have your mandatory participation in the retirement plan. That's one side of it. Yeah. There's another bit to it, which is the voluntary one. That is the one we focus on. So beyond what the mandatory preparation you're making, you can also choose to control what you're doing. You want it to be within your control. So you come to us. We make it as simple as giving you a financial calculator, what we call it a retirement planning calculator, and then you just input some information about yourself, your age, longevity, how many years do you think post-retirement you'll get to live, you know, before you die and all of that, and then you can put that in. Then there's a retirement planning questionnaire that we can also make available, you know, to our clients, and it just helps you to evaluate where you are at the moment, you know, so that you have a picture of what you need in terms of funding post-retirement, and then how can you fill that gap right from the very moment you're working out that plan.
Taiwo, why is it so important to have that plan?
To attain financial independence is quite important. And when you are in retirement, one thing that first comes to your mind and the realities that set in is that you've moved from a saver to a spender. While in active service, you earn income. You are still in active service. There is regular source of income for you. But once you are in retirement, things change. And one of the things that change is the fact that you are no more earning income as you regularly as you used to. Now you have moved into a spending phase of your life. So it is quite important to prepare for that phase.
But how early should one begin that preparation?
It is best to start once you start earning your once you get your first paycheck. It is as important as that.
A lot of people have built.
Another twist to it, just you can start the moment you realize that you don't have a plan in place. So let's just be realistic. A lot of times people don't really start to plan until the reality is very close and then it's staring us in the face. So as from this very moment, if you know you don't have a customized retirement plan for yourself, why can't you just start from now?
Okay.
And the reason I told you that it is also important for you to start early is because when most people come to the realities of retirement, is probably they're just maybe some 5 years to retirement. And at that point in time, when you look at the nest egg that they've put aside, and they look at the number of years they'll live in retirement, realities gets to dawn on people that what I have so far, will it be able to take me?
When you say the planning and all, what are the options? What type of retirement plans are there?
Like my colleague said earlier, there are the mandatory retirement, which is what you have in your retirement savings account based on the PENCOM Act. But one thing that we have to realize is that under the PENCOM Act, it does not take into cognizance your individual's own circumstances to fashion out what you are saving. But when you have a voluntary means of putting something aside for yourself, you are able to look holistically at yourself and how you want to live when you retire. So with that in mind, once you can once you can picture what will be my annual expenses in retirement, how much do I want to be having in retirement per year? If, for instance, you decide to say, okay, I want 5 million per year, and in retirement, probably you're looking at another 30 years in retirement, then you have an idea that probably I need so much money to be able to retire well. That is where you need a voluntary retirement plan for yourself, because that in itself is tailored to you.
Okay, Danny, if I decide I want a retirement plan, and I start, let's just say I'm starting averagely, not early, not late, I'm in between, just when I woke up. What mistakes do I need to avoid?
Okay, several. We need to avoid being over optimistic in your plan. So you have a situation where someone believes that they can still continue to earn significantly even in retirement, forgetting that there's diminishing returns even in terms of your health. It's not about your desire to earn, it's about your capacity to earn. Do you really have that capacity health-wise? So I advise that people shouldn't be too optimistic. Now, I'm not saying you should go being a pessimist, but it's just good to be realistic when trying to
conservative.
Yes, the conservative approach is always better. Then you shouldn't underestimate the number of years post-retirement that you will live. We call it longevity risk. Okay, so a lot of times people ask me, are you for real? Do you think I can actually estimate how many more years I would live, post-retirement? But it's all just about an estimate. Look at your genealogy, your parents, their parents, how old, so that you don't plan to live up to 80 years, and then you end up living till 90, what's going to happen to you? You know, so those are some of the mistakes that that people make in planning for retirement, and then say putting aside too little and all of that. Signing up is as easy as ABC. If you log on to www.meristemwealth.com, there's an icon, services, under that you find retirement planning. Right on that page, there's a questionnaire. It just gets you started. You fill in your details, your age, how much you earn now, and a few other things, just so that we can have something to work with. Like Taiwo mentioned, it has to be customized to your unique circumstances. So your personal details in terms of the things you do now, what you earn, are important to even build a customized plan for you.
Why should I choose you?
Okay.
I already have a retirement savings account. Why should I come to Meristem?
Yes, we've been in this business for a while. We recognized the gap when it comes to personalized retirement plan, and we've gone all out to provide investor education. On an annual basis, we host a wealth management seminar, and we've had 2 of those seminars focus on retirement planning just alone. It's not a paid for session. You get to attend for free. We brought in experts from health, and it's not just about financial services. So we stand in the position of trying to meet a need, trying to fill that gap and bringing people to the consciousness. So it's something that we're passionate about. So that gives people the rest of mind, knowing that we're doing it because it's something we're passionate about. And the fact that we're in business, we're regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission, and we do a lot of other things within the financial services space. So our name, it's a household name, so it's not a strange name. So people should be comfortable with us.
Taiwo, we're out of time, but if someone has already retired and wants to invest, is there hope?
Exactly, there's still hope. And there is no point in time, even though it is best for you to start early. But when you come to the reality that, yes, I still need to do this, we're always willing to sit.
They're still welcome.
They are still welcome,
And
exactly.
It's www.meristemwealth.com. That's where to go to, www.meristemwealth.com. That's it on your screen. Just go there and call the numbers for any information you need, and you can sign up for this.
Meristem Wealth Management Limited, who were represented this morning by Taiwo Yusuf, Head Portfolio Management, and Damilola Hassan, Head Wealth Management. Thank you very much, lady and gentlemen, for coming to open our eyes to what we should be doing so that we can live a better life after retirement.
Thank you for having us.